Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the village board meeting of February 24th. Please join us in our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Welcome, Ms. Flores.
Trustee Harris Jones. Here. Trustee Willis. Here. Trustee Hyperman.
Here.
Trustee Mason.
Here.
Mayor Hopefield.
Here. Representing staff this evening, to my left, our village manager Napoleon Haney, to my right, our village attorney Chris Cummings. To the audience's right, our finance director, Amy Zakowski, economic and community development director, Angela Maceras, public works director, Josh Berman, and assistant village manager, Terrence Aqua. The minutes, and we'll combine these, the public hearing of February 10th and also the regular board meeting of February 10th. Any additions or corrections, Trustee Harris Jones?
Nothing for me.
Trustee Will?
None.
Trustee Hyphen? Trustee Mason?
No, I haven't.
May I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So moved. Second.
Been moved by Trustee Willis, second by Trustee Harris Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
And I'll also vote aye.
Mayor Hopefield.
The claims list in the amount of $152,857.23. Any comments or questions, Trustee Harris Jones?
No questions for me?
Trustee Willis?
No.
Trustee Hyperman?
Nothing.
Trustee Mason?
No, sir.
May I have a motion to approve the claims list, please?
So moved. Second.
Been moved by Trustee Hyperman, seconded by Trustee Mason. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Mayor Hopefield.
Aye. This time, may I have a motion to approve Tom Hamilton to the Ethics Commission?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Trustee Mason, seconded by Trustee Willis. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Mayor Hopefield.
Aye. Tom, if you come up and be sworn in, please.
I'll state your first name.
I, Thomas Hampton,
Having been appointed to
having been appointed to
the Ethics Commission
the Ethics Commission
for the Village of Homewood,
for the Village of Homewood,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the municipal ordinances
and the municipal ordinances
of the Village of Homewood,
of the Village of Homewood,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
the Ethics Commission
the Ethics Commission
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability. Hear from the audience. If anyone would like to address the board on any subject not on the agenda, please raise your hand. You will be recognized. Yes, ma'am.
Can I come up?
Certainly.
I have no notes tonight, but I'm just going to speak from the heart, and I'm here about the development of the parking lot here in the Matrix building. I know that that's not going to be voted on tonight, and that's been pushed, but I think there's been growing community concern that the community's requests haven't been heard. Since I was on the Transit Oriented Development Citizens Commission, whichever of those nouns or adjectives fits, I know a big piece of what we pushed for in that commission was to have more public spaces, to have more public green space. As a commission, we determined that that was going to be what's best for downtown Homewood. Bring more housing here, bring more businesses here, but bring a place where people can meet where they don't have to spend money. And that was actually part of the proposal that was created by that commission. Sorry for not having the right verb or I'm noun tonight, but that I think is sort of been lost. And I want to keep bringing that to the forefront because I think that the Southland Development Authority's proposal is the only one that actually took that into consideration. What is this actually bringing to the community? Is it bringing spaces for us to meet and build community? Yes, it is, but Holiday's proposal isn't. And so aside from the really valid points that Trustee Roman brought up last meeting about the cost of rent, which seems quite exorbitant for anybody who actually lives in Homewood. But it's more about, for me, what spaces are we creating? How do we want it to be when we walk through? I think of really adorable downtown spaces, like if anybody's ever been to Savannah, Georgia, they're known for their green spaces. Their squares make the character of their town. So having those kinds of spaces could be what builds the character of downtown Homewood, where people say, oh, this is a lovely place to come. Not only do we have Martin Square, but we actually have purposely created green spaces in our downtown area. And I think that would strongly contribute. So I urge the trustees to consider that when they get the proposals again, that is going to be something that actually builds the community. So thank you for your time.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the board this evening? Sir?
Good evening, Mayor and members of the Village Board. My name is John Kaporis, and I'm a representative with the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. We represent over 55,000 members across 5 states, of which 100 of them reside right here in Homewood. I appreciate the opportunity to speak here tonight. I am here to ask a very straightforward question regarding the proposed downtown development project. Of the 3 proposals received for this project, did any trustee or the mayor require or even ask for a commitment to use contractors that pay area standard wages and benefits? That question matters because who builds a project is just as important as what gets built. One of the developers involved, Holiday Properties, has a history of using contractors that do not pay area standards. Often contractors that do not pay area standards do not provide health insurance or any retirement payments for employees. These types of contractors often rely on low-wage, temporary, or misclassified workers. Contractors that pay less than area standard wages and benefits often undercut local workers, weaken wage standards, and drain money out of the community instead of reinvesting in it. While that may lower costs on paper, it comes at a real cost to our community. On the other hand, contractors that do pay area standards for wages and do provide family health insurance and do provide retirement benefits provide a boon to the community. Those wages circulate back into local businesses, restaurants, and schools. Those benefits that make sure that workers and their families do not have to rely on social safety nets for healthcare or retirement. The village often speaks about supporting working families, economic development, and responsible growth. If that's truly the case, then making sure that workers on projects within the village are provided with good pay and family supporting benefits should be part of the decision-making process, not an afterthought and not ignored altogether. I am asking whether our elected officials will demand quality jobs, fair wages, and accountability from developers who want to build in the downtown. We care deeply about the long-term health of this community. Development should lift the community up, not be a race to the bottom on wages and benefits. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to an answer to the question.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the board this evening?
My name is Dave Ward. I'm lived in my house 45 years in Homewood. I love this town and I love the character of this town. I'm not particularly thrilled with, 4 or 5 story kind of modern apartment buildings. I don't think they fit the town. But if we are going to do these types of projects, I think a couple of things are crucial. One is the green space. being able to walk through your town and go to a park with well-designed green space, possibly with native plants and, some amenities, I think, kind of counteracts the size of big buildings. One of the issues that some people disagree with it, but parking, I believe, is a big issue in our town. If you come and try to park at certain times, it's very difficult. And to my knowledge, there's only one of the proposals that adds to, well, actually, it doesn't add to, but it kind of takes some of the sting off all the parking that we're losing in the lot right to our west here. So I would hope that the board would reconsider the decision that was made in the proposal that was accepted.
Thank you, Dave. Is there anyone else? Mark?
Good evening. My name is Mark Thompson. I'm only a 35-year resident, but I live at 18520 Ashland Avenue. One thing that caused our family to move here back in the day was the schools, the community itself, and what I've always thought of is Irwin Park is our village green. And I'd love to see the renovations that are going on there to try to make it more accessible. I've always viewed downtown Homewood as the gem of our community in terms of commercial development. And I think it should be developed for its highest and best use, whatever that is that fits within the village comprehensive plan. Taking an asphalt parking lot and a building and turning it into green space, to me, is not the highest and best use. There should be able to maximize green space within the footprint that makes the project viable. Lastly, I would look very closely at the track record of all of the developers to make sure that we're going to get what we invest our land in. And if that means having union labor, absolutely. If not, that's not my decision, but I've always supported unions. But Irwin Park is our village green for our entire area. It's less than 2 blocks away from the train station. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rachel Smith. I'm a transplant here. I'm not a lifelong Homewoodian, so I apologize for that. But I actually have 2 things I would like to talk about. Definitely the parking lot here. I'm not thrilled with the option that everybody voted on. I don't think that $4,000 to $5,000 a month housing is attainable for literally anybody. So that's kind of a problem. But the other issue is taking away the parking, especially in a village that has such limited parking already, which also means such limited ADA parking availability already. I'm a caregiver. I take care of the seniors in our community. They like coming here. They like coming to the restaurants and the stores. And getting a wheelchair through downtown Homewood is already difficult enough. Parking to be able to accommodate that and strangle holding that is honestly a shame. And my other thing that I would like to discuss is totally thrilled about Dixie Highway Viaduct getting no longer flooding, because that kind of cuts me off from downtown Homewood all the time. Any way we could talk to IDOT about lighting up that crosswalk there while they've already got it closed? Maybe one of those push button things flashes so people can safely cross. My husband bikes to work every day, uses that all the time. He says cars probably stop for him about 3 times a year. It's a crosswalk, it's pedestrians, it's safety, and that's what should come first. So thank you, folks. Have a great night.
Okay. Is there anyone else? Amy? Flip a coin.
Hi,
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, wards. I'm Mackenzie Popperback. I'm a fairly lifelong resident of Homewood. I'm here to speak as Director of Communications and Outreach at South Suburban Housing Center. Our office is in Homewood, right down the street from Aurelio's. We've been here for a very long time. Last year, we celebrated our 50th anniversary. We are a place for people to go to if they experience housing discrimination. We hold unfair lenders accountable, and we are also a place for people to go if they are experiencing mortgage distress, mortgage delinquency, if they have questions about their taxes, can't fix the tax situation, but at the end of the day, it's a part of their escrow. So while I could go on about, the federal tax and the tax on our funding and fair housing rights in general in this country, I just wanted to make a point while I have the floor to promote our first post-purchase webinar of the year. It is tomorrow night. You can find it at bit.ly/SSHC post-purchase. You can also find it on our social media page at SS Housing Center. I brought some flyers. I'll put it in the back. It's a really important time for homeowners, not only in Homewood, but our surrounding communities, to understand their options. Know that free housing counseling is available. You do not need to pay someone to do these things for you. You do not need to pay an attorney oftentimes. And it's all about property preservation in the South Suburbs. So property tax and escrow, how to save for replacement costs, estate planning, home maintenance issues, having a safe, healthy home, just a bunch of different things with a bunch of different presenters. So just wanted to take the time to talk about that.
If you can leave a flyer with us, please.
Yes, thank you. No problem. Thank you.
Amy?
Amy Crump, Homewood resident. I came with a couple of things tonight. First is, I had a couple of questions I don't expect the answers of for tonight because I don't want it to cut into my 3 minutes. First of all, can the speed signs on 183rd be set to show the speeds above 40? Right now, if you're going past 40, the sign is just blank. And I just was wondering if it could be set so that they can actually see that they're going 55 miles an hour or whatever. And the second one is there any movement on getting the law changed so that Homewood can have speed cameras? I know that right now Chicago's the only one because of the population, but I was just, and again, not expecting an answer right now, but I would love to hear that the Mayor's Alliance or somebody is working on addressing that. All right. So the book I brought tonight to read from is called Resisting the Right by Robert Edwards. And it's a handbook for resistance. You can't win a fight if you fundamentally misunderstand the nature and disposition and strength of your opponent, and especially if you foolishly cede to them the psychological advantage of accepting that they are in a position of power when in fact they are not. Michelle Alexander wrote, "A new nation is struggling to be born, a multiracial, multi-ethnic, multi-faith, egalitarian democracy in which every life and every voice truly matters. The fight against autocracy, therefore, is not a defensive one, but a proactive one, to create a better world for all, and in it, we have the numbers and the human nature on our side, no matter how much our foes would like to convince us otherwise." Michelle Alexander also wrote, "We are not the resistance at all, but rather the mighty river they are trying to dam." Sidebar, there have been a lot of studies showing that when people are in the middle of the onslaught that we've experienced in the past 12 months, that they give up. Their mind almost, they relearn. They start thinking that nothing they do makes a difference. But the great news is that if you can learn that, if it's a learned behavior, you can relearn and reset your brain to resist. In other words, we aim not just to survive the gathering right-wing storm, but to emerge from it stronger and in its aftermath, redress some of the wrongs that led us to this state of affairs in the first place. In the United States, a conservative plutocratic elite has allied with so-called populist elements to institute an authoritarian right-wing regime. We are a nation that, perhaps to a fault, prides itself on its fortitude, and now is the time to prove it. Most Americans, white ones anyway, have long had the luxury of relying on the mechanisms of official power to protect us from the sinister forces that would do us harm and undermine our free and open society. It's up. Can I read one more sentence? This is not the norm in most of the world, nor for large chunks of our less fortunate countrymen. And as a nation, we now find ourselves in that harsher, more bare-knuckled realm, and we better start acting like it. Thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, anyone else in the audience? If not, go right ahead. This is 3 minutes per husband, wife.
No, it's going to be short. I really appreciate that so many people came out here. I also would like to support the Carpenters Union that is here, because I think it is very important that we use union labor. I'm a past union president of our local teachers union, and I know how important it is to follow those rules. There's a reason. There's safety concerns. I also support what Liz was saying, of course, what my husband said about the green space. It would be great if we can get a good comprehensive plan, if we get qualified workers. Mackenzie, thank you for I've known Mackenzie for, I would say, since second grade. Yeah, good friends with my youngest daughter. So also a homeowner here for 45 years. And I know this community does a great job. But I think if we all work together, we're going to accomplish a lot. Mr. Haney, you've been very helpful to me when I had issues with the streets, and you took care of it within 48 hours. I appreciate that, what everybody does, but I think the union workers, that I think is crucial, because I do remember seeing part of the Hartford building coming down during a windstorm. And that was very concerning to me. And I don't know the details if they had union workers there or not. But I have a feeling they weren't. And we were just so fortunate no one got hurt. But I remember seeing that happening, and that was frightening. And I do not want to have any more safety concerns. I appreciate everything that happens in our community, but safety and green space comes number one, and affordability for housing is very, very important. And like, was said earlier, $4,000 or $5,000 in rent, nobody can afford that. That's just, so I hope you reconsider the plans that you have. I think there's a lot of good ideas out there.
Thank you, Mrs. Ward. You can take her out for pizza afterwards. It's okay.
Yes, sir.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the board this evening? If not, at this time, the acceptance of alternate bids. Mr. Saris, the alternate proposal for 1313 and 1351 175th Street.
We have received no alternate proposals for 1313 to 1351 175th.
Okay. With that being said, may I have a motion to, since no alternate bids were presented, to proceed with a apparel redefined for the 1313 and 1351 175th Street building?
Yeah, so moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Mason,
Second.
seconded by trustee Willis. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Heiferman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Mayor Hopefield.
Aye. Secondly, alternate proposals for 2024 Chestnut and 2066 Ridge Road.
Yes, we did receive two proposals. One from the Far South CDC, which was one of the original proposals, and then another from the Southland Development Authority, which was also an original proposal.
All right. With that being said, may I have a motion to accept alternate bids and to direct staff to evaluate the proposals and present the results at a future board meeting.
So move.
Been moved by trustee Mason,
Second.
seconded by trustee Willis. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Mayor Holfield.
Aye. Alternate bid proposals will be reviewed. Thank you. Omnibus vote, Ms. Flores.
We ask the board to consider a motion to pass, approve, authorize, accept, or award the following items. Approve the reappointment of David Needles to the Senior Advisory Committee for a 3-year term. Pass ordinance MC 1095, amending the language for Class 5 liquor license to limit the percentage of alcohol sales to no more than 25% of the license's gross receipts over any 12-month period. Pass ordinance M 2400, amending the table of the number of liquor license limitation by class to increase the allowed number of Class 5 liquor license by 1 for Masan de Flores located at 1916 Ridge Road, subject to successful completion of all applicant requirements for a Village of Homewood liquor license, including approved background checks. Pass ordinance M 2401, amending the table of the number of liquor license limitation by class to increase the allowed number of Class 2 liquor license by 1 for the proposed Bevda's Wine and Spirits located at 3043 183rd Street. Pass ordinance R 3249, supporting and consenting to a Cook County Class 8 real estate tax classification for the property located at 18155 Dixie Highway, owned by Minwar Bawadi. Approve a budget amendment of $85,000 to the general fund for the third incentive payment to Stony Point Grill. Pass ordinance authorizing the village president to enter into temporary use agreement with the Chicago Knockouts Roller Derby for the Homewood Auditorium located at 2010 Chestnut Road on a monthly basis, effective March 1st, 2026, until renovation work necessitates termination of the village terminates the agreement. Approve a budget amendment of $7,000 and accept and approve a proposal from Christopher Burke Engineering in an amount not to exceed $96,980 for professional engineering design services to assist the Village of Homewood in developing construction bid documents, applying for required agency permits, and bidding for the Shays Park Drive Culvert Replacement Project.
Thank you. We have in the audience a petitioner for the liquor license, Mr. Patel. Come on up if you could tell us a little bit. A lot of your sister represented you very well at the last meeting. Where is your location and when are you going to open?
Sure. My name is Silken Patel from Bevdas Group. I've been in Homewood since 25 years and counting. My first business was in Homewood, and we're moving forward with the second location on 183rd and Kedzie, the old Brunswick zone. We're remodeling that place completely. We already have a new tenant in there, which is Ollie's family place. And then we're having our wine and spirit store in there. We should be opening around March 15. That's a tentative date.
Just in time for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Good planning.
We're a little bit late, but I think we're gonna get it done this time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions from anyone in the audience with regard to any of these matters? Yes, ma'am.
I was just wondering on the 1095, MC 1095, what was the old percentage of alcohol sales? What was that?
Amy? Please.
So previously, class 5 did not have any requirements, percentage requirements. So we just, that class does not, the licensees within that class do not have a bar. But we want them to make sure that we're restricting, the alcohol sales. That's 25%.
It's important that the board keeps a 75-25 relationship in place. That means that a restaurant doesn't turn into a bar. 75% of their sales have to be in foods. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Payments are we gonna pay Stony Point Grill?
So
I feel like we're given a lot already.
So the agreement, it's over 5 years. So there was the initial payment after opening, 30 days after opening, and then there's 5 total payments. So this is our second of the 5. So it'll be 3 more years.
Anyone else this evening? Board comments, Trustee Jones.
Everything's okay with me.
Trustee Willis,
Nothing.
trustee Heckman,
I have nothing.
trustee Mason.
Amy took my question, so.
She does not check. May I have a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda, please?
So move.
Second.
And moved by trustee Mason, seconded by trustee Harris Jones. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Mayor Holtfeld.
Aye. Consent agenda is approved. General board discussion. Trustee Harris Jones.
I would just like to thank everyone for coming out to voice their opinions, the union, Amy, everyone that spoke tonight. We appreciate all of your comments. And I'm excited to invite our residents and visitors to take part in Homewood Restaurant Madness, which will be happening March 1st through March 15th. This 2-week dining promotion is a wonderful opportunity to support the incredible local restaurants that help make our community so special. There are 20 restaurants participating. 19 Homewood restaurants will be participating, offering special discounts and fixed menus to anyone who mentions Restaurant Madness during the promotion. I encourage everyone to come out, explore our local restaurants, and experience the incredible flavors our community has to offer. As you can see on the board there, those are some of the restaurants that will be participating. If we cursor down a little, you can see there. If you spend $300 at one or more of the participating restaurants and submit your receipts to the village, you will receive a $50 gift card. Gift cards are limited, so take your family and friends to lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Thank you.
Trustee Willis.
Like trustee Vivian, I thank everyone for making their voices heard. Appreciate what you have to say. And we certainly listen and consider everything. And I think the developers are listening also. What I also like, Vivian, want to pub our indoor farmers market though. That's still going on at the auditorium every Saturday from 9 to 1 p.m. The remaining dates. This coming Saturday, the February 28th. Yeah. Also March 28th I have, and April 25th. So yeah, the next dates are February 28th, March 28th, and April 25th for the indoor farmers market. So make sure you come out.
I too want to thank everyone for showing up. I've received a lot of contacts, people contacting me regarding the development plans. We have 2 alternate proposals. I will be looking at this personally with fresh eyes and taking into consideration things I'm hearing. And if anybody wants to reach out to me directly, I'm always open. And thanks again for coming.
Trustee Mason.
I echo those sentiments. I have gotten a lot of contact, and I actually am going to be responding. I have thoughts on it. I appreciate the new proposals, appreciate the input from everybody. Definitely listening, and definitely will be taking those things into consideration. Thanks to the Carpenters Union for coming out. Appreciate it. I was union work for 30 years.
With all that being said, thank you all for being here this evening. Appreciate that. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Been moved by trustee Willis, seconded by trustee Hyperman. Roll call, please.
Trustee Harris Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Willis.
Aye.
Trustee Hyperman.
Aye.
Trustee Mason.
Aye.
Mayor Holtfeld.
Hi, we stand adjourned. Thank you all for being here.